Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Okie dokie. So, yeah, it is a big day for me. I'm happy. I'm having a good day. I I was looking at, yeah, this was thrifted as well. So, I was I don't know, like the other day I looked at my subscribers. I had gone from like 70 something to like 88. And I was like, "Oh, okay, like within the next couple of weeks, I am going to hit 100 subs. And when I do that, I should do something. Like I should do something, I should have some sort of special or um just anything. Um and so I started thinking like, "Oh, okay, I guess I'll do like I don't know. I don't know what I'll do. I'll make like a little thank you video or something." And then I uploaded the fucking shirt video of myself wearing that green shirt, and that got like, it's weird because on my channel it says 1,500 views, but when I go to the analytics it says 17. So that got a lot of views. And then also fucking out of nowhere, that one video of me just watching Law Talk with Mike got 1,300 views out of nowhere, and that got me like, I don't know, like another 7 to 10 subscribers. And I was like, "Oh shit." Like yesterday night I was like, "Oh shit, I'm at 98 subscribers. Like I need to start shooting this video now if it's going to be made." All
right, well,
and I thought about it. I'm like, okay, I'll start it tomorrow or something. So I woke up today, which would be then, and I looked at my fucking thing and it was at 100, and I'm like, "Okay, well, I've got all of today to shoot and record and edit this video together." Yeah, I did. That's what I'm saying. That's what my whole point about that fucking video is. Like, why did anyone even watch that? It's dog shit. I didn't do anything. I sit there, I watch the video. Like, it is not the highlight of that stream. The highlight of that stream was like either earlier or later when we were actually doing stuff. That's literally just a video that I shat out to get an upload that day. Like when I'm editing my videos, I'm doing it like this way. I'll show you here. What I do is I just cut everything into little chunks, and I just put together as many of them as I can, Like I make little 15-minute chunks. Like that's what this is. So I'm just like, why the fuck did this video wind up being the video where everybody all of a sudden is like watching me? I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. So, that video got me like 8, 9 subscribers. It's fucking stupid. I literally pinned a comment on that video saying, "Please watch literally anything else I've ever made." Oh look, we got 12 views on this. Wow, ranking by views, 1. Yeah, dude. Yeah, Sid made literally everything. Like the glowing sign behind me, like everything. You gotta understand how fucking lazy I am. I don't do anything. Yeah, this got me 7 subscribers. This has 94 hours of watch time. Why did anyone watch this? So, I even pinned a comment. Where did I even pinned a comment. I was like, I don't know why this video jumped from 20 views to 700 in a day, but literally go watch anything else. And then people are like, "Why didn't you thank your sources?" I'm like, I didn't even fucking watch the video before I wrote the description. So that's why I didn't thank my sources, because I skip to the middle, see that it's that guy, and then I upload. Like that's all that video was. But anyway, enough of all that. So we've looked at this guy before. We have covered his Harambe video. That was fun. He's the guy who wrote a fucking like 2 songs just about Harambe. And I do this. I commented on one of his videos and he replied back and we had a small little chat, but he's a cool guy. And so we're gonna watch a bunch of his videos today. We've already seen some of his, like, shorts. And then, the way we found this guy is, if you guys remember, my, No, that was Chibi Necodemics. We're not gonna watch him. If you guys remember, my arch nemesis, my anti-Seamus, Mini Minuteman, the dude who, what's the word I'm looking for? The dude who's like me if I just debunked everything forever. Yeah, Nega Seamus. He covered this guy's video and just like relentlessly bullied him. But I don't think he deserves that. I think he's a cool guy who makes good content. So I want to watch his stuff.
What are the origins of the jester? Now, before I dive deep into this topic, I want to talk about the origins of demons. Now, the 60s...
He's probably going to go into this, but people claim to see, like, jester machine elves when they do DMT.
The canon of the Bible that we have here in the West does not really talk about the origins of demons or where demons come from. In fact, a lot of Christians confuse fallen angels with demons, but according to the Bible, these are 2 separate entities. However, the 66-book Bible that we have today does not talk about the exact origins. But the Book of Enoch, one of the apocryphal books found with the Dead Sea Scrolls, does talk about the origins of demons. And I know what a lot of people are going to say, well, you can't use the Book of Enoch,
machine
it's
elves.
not inspired, it's not canon. Well, it's canon depending on where you go. Here in America, no, it's not canon. But in Ethiopia, one of the oldest Christian civilizations in the world, it is canon. And in fact, they own the world's oldest Bible that has more than 66 books. In fact, it has like 80-something. Wow. And the Book of Enoch happens to be one of the books that they do have. So in Ethiopia, they would say that, you know, you're deceived for only having a 66-book Bible.
Jesus,
so
there's
I don't know who's
66
deceived
books?
Here. Is it the Ethiopians? Is it us? Now, according to Enoch, demons are the disembodied spirits of the Nephilim when they were killed off during the flood. And if you don't know who the Nephilim are,
how's it going?
They are the giants.
What am I a monster for this time?
The half-angel, half-human breed known as the Nephilim. It's when in Genesis the sons of God, the angels, came down unto the daughters of man and bore children unto them. And these children became the giants we know of in legends found throughout the world. So yes, according to Enoch, that is where the origins of demons come from. And what I found very interesting is some of the descriptions of demons sound a lot like a clown-like appearance. There's an idea that jesters
we're starting with the
clowns.
We're starting with clowns.
Actually comes from demonic appearances. In many Native American cultures, there are stories of giants that are passed down where warring tribes of natives fought with these tribes of giants, and these giants had abnormally pale faces with red hair. Again, the description, it describes the giants.
Okay, do I want wine or do I want a limerita?
Kind of sounds like Pennywise the Clown from It.
Now, Lumia Clater. Lumia, were you here for our Clown Girl stream?
Many people on psychedelics see the exact same entity, and they describe seeing the exact same type of being, a strange jester or clown-like entity. In fact, Joe Rogan, one of the most famous people in the DMT world,
all right, Joe Rogan, tell me about the clowns.
Jester-like clowns.
No, I would not want to meet Lil Lunchbox. She tries to fight people way too much.
Stated about these entities that he saw
the Clental word
was that they were very like strange and playful. They were like little trickster spirits. They would mock him, flip him off, laugh at him. They would just have that, you know, like royal fool jester like personality. And that's what a lot of people describe when they take psychedelics like DMT or shrooms. They describe seeing these strange looking beings and entities.
Yeah, I probably could. That doesn't mean I could get out of the legal ramifications of it.
I'm actually friends on TikTok, and Instagram with a guy named Exorad Magical. His real name is Chris. And what's really interesting about this guy is he has schizophrenia, and he's also an amazing artist and an amazing video animator. So
and he
he's
does
able
a
to show
bunch
his
of
audience
DMT.
what he's feeling, what he's hearing, and what he's seeing through his art and through his animations. In fact, he makes some schizophrenia simulators that I'm about to show you right now.
Hello. So just a trigger warning before I do the sound for other people with schizophrenia. It can be upsetting, but this is what Bertram
Oh boy, I can't wait to find out what it's like to have schizophrenia. I sure have always wanted that.
sounds like. So before I get into that, Bertram is the dark entity that is the opposite of my light entity, Chester, that I hallucinate on a day-to-day basis. Bertram is like if your anxiety, depression, anger, etc. became manifest into something. And this is what it sounds like.
Oh, it's really interesting that he doesn't pick up the pen to draw.
I'll be completely honest. Yes. And the reason I say that is because these entities are things that started. Okay, you have to understand, like, people listening. I started out extremely logical and scientific when I was a teenager. I was an atheist. I didn't
Those
believe
drawings
in
are
ghosts.
pretty cool.
I didn't believe in demons or spirits or entities, regardless of my indigenous upbringing. However, when my onset happened, these guys started showing up. And yes, I went through every hypothesis. Okay, it's in my mind. I created this, I did that, which is true. It is in the mind, but it's in the universal mind. It's an archetype that exists before I even existed, before you existed, everything. Because there was humor, there was rage, there was fury, there was beauty before human brains could perceive it. Brains are the antennas. Our mind is the transmitter. So
I believe it. I believe that.
This guy's a really great artist. If you want to go check him out,
That
I have
makes
all the links
sense,
in my
you
bio
know?
below to his TikTok and his YouTube. Also check out his very fascinating, interesting art. But the one thing I found really interesting about Exorad Magical is when some of his posts, I begin to notice a similar type drawing that he would do.
I kind of want to...
And he would
Okay,
always draw
after
these
this, I want to go do a
what
little
he's
deep dive
seeing
on
and
that
what
guy.
he's
That's
hearing,
actually really
because
cool.
he sometimes hallucinates these beings, and he hears them as well, and he draws them, and he kind of shows us, oh, this is what I'm seeing right now, this is what I'm feeling. And one of the entities that he draws looks very similar to a jester.
It does look like a
I feel like
jester.
it's the same exact jester type being or entity that people see when they're on psychedelics like DMT or shrooms. And I even asked him in a video, and I even commented and asked him, do you see the jester? And he replies back to me on TikTok with the video and says, yes, I see the jester, and they're very interesting like spirits. And he tells me that the personality of these entities that he's seeing, these jester type beings with these, strange...
Also, clowns and jesters, I don't know. Probably very similar archetypes. But just keep in mind that every culture has a trickster god. Every culture has the trickster archetype as part of its religious pantheon. So, he might be right.
Protrusions come out of the head. Their personality is very like kind of like the Joker, they're just all over the place. They're all goofy and exciting and weird and happy. They just love to mess around. They'll either mock you or laugh with you or laugh at you and smile.
I don't know about
Those
I
guys,
don't know enough
just
about
these, like,
Christianity to
trickster-looking spirits.
say
I
that.
found that very interesting because
but
he's
like
not the only
every
schizophrenic who sees this. I'm sure
every every polytheistic pantheon has a trickster god. There's Coyote, there's Anansi, there's Loki, there's oh, what's the one I'm forgetting one. Everybody's got one.
there are
Can
other
we make
schizophrenics who
can we
claim to
make
be
Bible
hallucinating,
fan
and they
fiction
see
where
the
the
same type of
Joker is in there?
entities, these jester-like beings with these protrusions coming out of the head, the same type of beings people see on psychedelics. So my question is, are these all just illusions, hallucinations, or are these possibly conscious beings with their own agenda? But one thing's for sure, I don't want to dismiss this just as a random hallucination, because so
I think
many
they've got
people
an
have seen these
agenda.
entities. I mean, it's like taking a coin, flipping it 10,000 times, and it lands on heads. every time. There must be another factor because it's almost impossible for the coin to land on heads like 10,000 times, right? Just like it's almost impossible for thousands of people, if not millions, seeing the same exact type of entity, this jester-like entity or spirit with these protrusions coming out of the head, and everybody describes them in the same manner. They look like jesters.
And they all look
clowns.
like Joe Rogan.
In fact, in the DMT realm, sometimes people describe seeing these same clown jester type entities, and in the background sometimes they'll see like black and white zigzag patterns or checkerboard patterns or interesting swirly like designs. In fact, when people do DMT and they go to a place known as hyperspace or the DMT realm, you know,
What?
the jester realm, they describe.
See, this is why I don't do hallucinogens anymore. I'm not gonna have fun. I'm gonna be shown like weird fucking space clowns. I don't want that.
What some schizophrenics see, you know, when they hallucinate and they hear things.
That doesn't sound
what some
fun to me.
schizophrenics see when they hallucinate and they hear these entities and beings, and what people on DMT see. And often they describe seeing the same exact type of being, this jester-like being with these protrusions coming out of the head, or like a clown-like appearance. The next thing I wanted to talk about is the idea of the jester and clown is actually found throughout the world. This is not just like a European thing or an American thing. The jester is found everywhere. In fact, there's something known as the sacred clowns. In places like Africa and South America, sometimes people in local tribes would dress up in these like clown-like appearances. I assume they're trying to copy the spirits that they worship. So a sacred clown ritual or ceremonial figure in various pre-literate and ancient cultures.
They're sacred clowns, everybody.
Who represents a reversal of the normal order and opening to chaos that precedes creation, especially during New Year festival. In the tribal world, there's something known as a Pueblo clown.
My Samsung account has been trying me to accept their new legal terms for like 2 years, and I just never do it.
Pueblo clowns are jesters or tricksters in the Kachina religion. It is a generic term as there are a number of these figures in the ritual practices of the Pueblo people. Each have a unique role belonging to separate kivas.
Why? Because I don't want to let them, I don't want to agree to anything.
The belief is that these jester-type clown-like spirits come from the underworld and that they're here to help people. And the locals, they often, sometimes during rituals, they would dress up as these jester and clown-like entities. And again, I'll show you some pictures.
Okay.
It's that same like appearance. It's that clown-like appearance with these protrusions coming out of the head, just like what people see on psychedelics and what some schizophrenics see when they hallucinate and they hear things. They see the same type of being. So who exactly is this jester?
Makes sense to me. There's some sort of clown spirit out there.
And the fact that there's an idea that they are not just random hallucinations and people just randomly made them up. Maybe these are conscious beings.
I don't think people across different cultures would all hallucinate the same thing. There are also people in Africa
who also worship these same type of entities, and they also dress up as a sacred clown with these protrusions coming out of the heads and often these black and white patterns and this clown-like appearance. I thought that was an interesting connection to make. The last thing I want to talk about is the infatuations with clowns and jesters from Hollywood and the music industry. In Hollywood, you know, they often talk about demon clowns, right? There are a lot of movies like that, like Killer Clowns from Outer Space. That's a pretty weird one. Like the movie It and a whole bunch of other weird like horror.
Is it
clown
often?
It's always the same type of story. Another interesting fact to mention is like, why are kids just naturally afraid of clowns? Like they just naturally know that clowns are not good to be around. But I find that very interesting. And another thing very interesting is
I would argue that that came after all of the evil clown movies. I would argue that the timeline of child opinion on clown. There's a 2-hour video going over every spooky clown in cinema. Okay. I guess there's more spooky clowns than I thought. I don't watch a lot of movies,
the infatuation with clowns and jesters in the music industry.
Oh my god, it's
there's
ICP.
A hip-hop duo that came from the 90s known as the Insane Clown Posse. And their music is always about debauchery and just having like a sinful lifestyle, right? And they wear this clown-type makeup. Again, this black and white like appearance, just like these people, just like these tribal people who worship their spirits. You know, the sacred clown entity. The Insane Clown Posse have that similar looking makeup. And all their music, like I said, is about simple lifestyles and all kinds of debauchery.
That kind of is a lot. If there's one evil clown movie a year, that's a lot, dude.
Another thing I found interesting is the band Kiss, the rock band that came out of the 70s who wear makeup and interesting like clothing. And again, the makeup looks very similar to what the Insane Clown Posse wear, this black and white clown-like makeup. So I just find it very interesting. Why are they wearing this type of makeup? Where did they get this idea? Is it possible they're
And then remember we had that year where everybody was being chased by clowns.
The occult and mess with the occult. So is it possible they're doing this for another reason besides just for show, you know, besides just for entertainment? Is it possible they're actually somehow mimicking these entities that are maybe helping them perform in the music industry. I don't know. And the final musician I want to talk about is Juice WRLD. So recently a friend sent me this video from Juice WRLD, and it's called Bad Boys. It's with Young Thug and Juice WRLD, and what I found very interesting is during the entire video, there are like these scenes with this spiral like design in the background, you know, kind of like a hypnosis design of this black and white like pattern. And the background characters in the music video, they have, again, that black and white strange jester clown-like makeup. The similar looking kind that the band Kiss wears, and that the hip-hop duo The Insane Clown Posse wears. And that same type of black and white clown makeup that these tribal
And like
people wear
Lil
from Africa.
Lunchbox
And
wears.
the Pueblo tribes, right? The sacred clown entities. So I found all of that interesting because in the music industry,
No
they
one
like to
send
dabble
this
into the
video
occult,
to Lil
and there are rumors that,
Lunchbox.
you know, they try and contact entities. So
She's
my
already
question is,
released
are
a video
they
on
the spirits
clown
just like these tribal people are
spirituality.
copying their spirits that they worship? Are they also in the music industry trying to be like these spirits, who are maybe possibly helping them in the music industry? I don't know for sure. I'm just speculating. I have no idea. But it's all very interesting to make all
I think the music industry is probably possessed by demons. Why not?
these connections and ask questions about who are these jesters and clown-like entities. Maybe jesters, clowns, and jokers, this persona actually comes from real conscious beings that exist in a dimension that you cannot perceive with your five senses. In fact, I believe that's what makes the Joker such a great villain. I believe the Joker is the greatest villain of all time. Is unlike other villains who want money and power. The Joker doesn't care about any of that. He just wants pure chaos.
Believe that.
In fact, in The Dark Knight, I believe Alfred, Batman's butler, says that some people don't care about money or power, they just want to watch the world burn. And that's literally the persona of the Joker. He's just chaotic. He's a psychopath. He just wants pure chaos. Just like these jester clown-like entities, right? They're known to just be this chaotic, hyper energy type beings. So yeah, guys, what do you think? Where do jesters, clowns, jokers, where does that appearance come from? Are these actual entities, or do people just make them up in stories? Again, guys, thank you so much for watching. If this channel has blessed you in any way and you would like to support my channel and my further researches and dive into these strange rabbit holes, I do have a patron. Shout out to my only 2 patron supporters, Michael and Jordan. I appreciate you guys. Again, guys, thank you so much for watching. And
very nice. Very good video.